Oh,
Yeah,
funny.
we have to agree. That's now with all Zoom meetings. If there's a recording, it comes this message: recording in progress. Agree or not, and if you're not agreeing, then you're out of it.
Okay, so there's a
Okay.
new, good, thank you for telling us
Yeah.
this. There's a new, like, safety measure. So, and as always said, to be sure, these recordings are all only for this group. It will be shown nowhere else, and I trust you guys don't show it anywhere else, and I certainly won't do it. So, you are perfectly safe here. And this is the first lesson of the fourth module, and we're going to make a journey through the chakra. So, this will really, yeah, this has a different quality. We're going deep, and we will use all the well, all the things we can use, which you already have learned. And we will mostly work with the screen and whatever is appropriate. But first we arrive. So close your eyes if you want. Maybe a big sigh. Inhale, hold it, let go. Wait a minute. And since you have breathed it, put your attention on your breath. How is it after this one breath break already? Is it high? Is it low? Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it deep or shallow? How is it? And how are you? How is your body? Let's start with the body. Is it tense, stiff? Is there pain? Is it very supple? Is it full of energy or tired? How is your body? And you might as well say, hello, body. Saying hello is like a warm greeting. It's actually something like, I love you. And how are you? Did you come here in a hurry? Were you busy? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you stressed? Relaxed? Excited? Full of fear? Or very, very, very joyful and calm? How are you? And now, if you're not already, ground yourself. Ask for a grounding code from Mother Earth. Check. Do you like the width? Do you like the color or colors? Can you write your name in it? Can you write the date in it? Okay. Are you here alone? Or are there others with you, except for a doggy? And if there are others, if you suspect that, you just say, every energy in my system of others colors dark blue, and you flush it. Most easy way to get rid of other energies. And are you totally here, or are parts of you somewhere else, another place, another time, another dimension, with other people, stuck in projects? Call it back. Call it all back to you. And you can call it back right to your system directly. Yeah, that's the most easy way. You can always also call it back to your sphere above your head. And you fill yourself, and we do that in a shower so in a higher tempo than you can also do. So the sun is tickling your crown chakra, and fill with love, light, acceptance, and every other quality you like. So it is like a waterfall. It goes, ooh, your whole head fills with that. Every cell of your head. It goes through your neck, into your shoulders and arms, all the way to the tip of your fingers. It goes into your chest. Every part of your chest fills with love, light, and acceptance. And you say to yourself, I love myself. And it goes to your belly, to your bottom, to your legs, all the way to your feet. Love, light, and acceptance. And you say to yourself, I love myself. And it goes through your skin, which is also fills, the waterfall fills your aura with love, light, and acceptance. And at the rim of your aura, there is a thick shell of love, light, and acceptance. And just in time to hear, I love myself. So you can do it ultra quick arriving. And let's do a little streaming. So put your attention on your beneath your feet and let earthy energy come up to your ankles, to your knees, upper legs, to your tailbone, and then it goes back to Mother Earth. Put that stream on, let it stream. And then you go to the top of your head, and in comes the cosmic energy. It goes along through your head, along your spine, all the way to your tailbone. There it mixes with the earth energy and it goes back up, and in your crown chakra it is like a fountain, it goes out. And do it in a way that feels nice to you. Some of you might have it really calm, some a bit quicker, but take it easy. So that's also there, and then you install on your left hand, energy comes in, goes to your hand, wrist, upper arm, and it crosses over to the other shoulder, and it goes down, upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, and it goes out your hand chakra. And magically enough, the other way around also. So it comes into your right hand chakra. It goes to your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. It crosses over and makes a connection. The other one also makes a connection somehow with the big stream. You don't worry about that. And on your left shoulder, it goes down to your upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrists, and comes out at the other side. And now you just let it stream. You feel the streaming. You just feel it. Don't forget to breathe. You can see it, you can feel it, maybe you can smell it. You can also take a little dive in it. You know, oh, I dive in it and I stream with it. And you can do it any way you like. And this streaming is nicely cleansing also. Cleansing all the big channels, all the nadis. And now you check your grounding cord. Is it okay? Thick enough? And you enjoy this being here all by yourself, only your energy, all your energy with you, filled up with love, light, and acceptance, grounded and streaming. And take your time. If you have trimmed enough, then you touch something to really end this visualization, and you open your eyes. We're not using it now, but everybody had his cream with it. We'll use it after the lecture. So beautiful people, a couple of you I have talked to last week, some not. So tell me, how are you? Hey, Bianca. Who wants to go first?
I'll go if no one else is going to go.
Yeah, cool.
Don't really know what I'm going to say, but yeah, no one
That's
else
nice.
is talking. Nearly fell asleep there.
You fell asleep?
Yeah, just
That's a
briefly,
good
just at the end, my head sort of nodded forwards. Yeah, everything's good here. Just been doing a lot of like morning routine stuff, so just the usual stuff. The breathing, the filling, the grounding, the filling up and stuff.
Wow.
Cold showers. And then I've started juicing as well, especially on the morning. So I watched this guy, Peter Sage, and then he talked about this guy, Jason Vale, who did I don't know if you've seen it, there's a Super Juice Me documentary where he takes 8 people away and they've got various illnesses. All these people apply and he takes 8 of them, like chronic illnesses. And yeah, a lot of them come off medication and stuff, and it makes a big difference. And I'm not sick of anything, but it's just, I like the idea of I eat a lot of fruit and veg anyway, so I just like the idea of getting it in quickly. So I've been doing these ginger shots every morning. It's just ginger, like quite a big chunk of ginger, an apple, and then some ice or some water, and just blend it up and having that. Yeah, it's good for energy. And then the same with the juice. It's just a mix of different vegetables and fruit and stuff together. So that's like on the physical side of things, that's really helped with the energy levels and stuff. But other than that, in a really good place. Sort of all resistance to the space I was in is gone, and I'm just seem to be out of the cycle that I was in, and everything's going pretty well. So yeah, it was good. It was really interesting just to watch back on the stuff that I missed. So the catch-up session, the stuff around the drama triangle, it was interesting to watch that play out for everyone. And I think everyone's in the same position. We've all played all the roles within that, and there was a lot we could all relate to. One thing that's been coming up for us a lot is in my meditations is compassion. It did come up in the video that I'd sent out, and just compassion for ourselves, but compassion for others as well. So just been trying to focus on that a lot. And then I think it was the last session. There's a lot of people talking about the impact of the mother as well, which was interesting to hear. It seems like we've all got it. We've all been impacted on it. That was something that came up for me. It was interesting what Ema was saying about when we did the last session, and she was looking at the helper archetype, and that sort of attainment side of it. Some of that sort of stuff came up for me when I did the last retreat, and it was related to my mum. But I talked about pressure, putting pressure on myself to be successful and to do things. And I was advised that a lot of the pressure comes from the mother or that relationship, and it's a really, really deep bond. And if we feel that we're not achieving and doing things that are expected of us, or just wanting to be accepted, that we can then start to self-sabotage and stuff subconsciously. So yeah, that was just something that I picked up from the others. And then I did the exercise this morning, and mine was really weird. Everyone else seemed to have this transformative experience, but mine was quite dark. So I did the screen, and I generally, as you know, I'm not particularly visual, so it was all quite dark. But then I just had this idea of this like shadow of a young version of myself behind this screen. But then I started banging like to get out, like let me out, sort of thing. So it was quite weird. So before you'd said to clean the screen or anything, I just like shattered the screen and let this thing out. But it's sort of like it was just feel like it was something dark sort of seeping out of it. And I had a bit of a pain down in my lower back, maybe like the kidney area on the left. So yeah, I didn't really know what to make of this energy or this thing that I'd let out. And then I sort of didn't follow the exercise after that, because you then said to fill up and to transform it and let this all come through us. But I didn't want this to come through me, although I'd released it from behind the screen. I didn't want it there. So I just sort of, yeah, it was weird. Strange. So yeah, that was my experience of that this morning. But other than that, everything's been really good. I'm in a really good space. But yeah, it was just interesting to do that exercise, and I didn't know what you made of that, Vicky. If it's anything in that.
Yeah. So that dark energy that was there, you exploded the screen, and then you filled it up with that.
I didn't want to fill up with it, so I didn't.
Yeah. Okay,
really
you
fill
did
up.
not.
I didn't. This was obviously this idea of this critic part again. It was like banging. I was like banging to get out. Like stuck behind glass sort of thing. Like let me out. So I shattered it and let it out. But I don't know. I didn't like it once it was out. I sort of thought I don't want this energy around me, type of thing.
Okay. And what happened to the energy? Did you send it away, or was it just hanging in space?
No, not really. I sort of thought about trying to flush it out, I think, but I don't really know what. Don't really know what happened.
And what happened with the pain in your kidneys?
The pain went. The pain
Okay.
it wasn't like an intense pain. It was just a feeling that I was aware of for that part of my body. But I've not really been having any major issues with inner critique or anything like that. I've been a critic. More me being critical of situations or other people, my partner in particular, sometimes in my head. Just always, it's not even like, I don't even always externalize it. It's just being annoyed by it sometimes. And just sort of having this inner dialogue with myself about that quite a lot. So I thought about that when I first went into the exercise, but then it felt like it was more me once I was in it. And it was a younger version of myself. But yeah, it was just a bit weird.
Yeah.
Heavy, felt weird after it.
Yeah. And like that inner critic, you know, who was banging there, do you have the feeling that it came from, like, say, the first 7 years?
Slightly older, I think.
Slightly older, okay.
Not much older though, maybe 11 to 13,
Okay.
10, 11, something like that.
Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking what happened with that banging thing, because you exploded and you didn't want the energy to come back. So I wonder where he is.
Yeah.
Any idea?
No, I don't think so. I did this stuff within it. It was just a meditation that Pavla did before with healing your inner child, and I did stuff there. I used to be, I've got no issues with this now. I've worked through some of this stuff. I used to be a really good runner from that sort of age, maybe 9, 10, right till I was like 20. Like a really, really high standard. And then obviously I broke away with drink and drugs and stuff. And there was a part of me that when I did that in a child, a lot moved for me, that like it was sort of like I felt guilty that I'd sort of deserted that part of us that wanted that to be my life. I don't feel like that now. Like I don't care about it. I still go running and stuff, but I think there was a bit of that part of me was maybe hurting. But obviously that's like the younger side of myself because of that. I don't know. I don't feel like I've got any big issues that are coming out at the moment. Everything's good, so I don't really feel a need to dig deep into stuff. I'm in a really good space.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was just something that came up.
Yeah,
It's just this idea of this part of us being trapped and wanting out, or this critic wanting to be heard. I don't know. Or whether it just wanted to be released and that's it. Like, let me go. That's it. I don't need to be here anymore. You can let me go, because I've had closure on a lot of things recently. So maybe it was just getting that last of it out and letting it go. I don't know.
Okay. So now at this moment, and if anyone has such a comparable thing, you just ask. Whatever part of you that wants to be seen, we will work, but we will work on the first 7 years. So that's why I ask. So yeah, Ian and everyone who wants, see if there's a part that wants, in for you, Ian, if it's still there and if it wants to say something, and if so, tell me, and feel where you feel it. If it's there, you just invite. Are you still there? Do you want to talk to me? Because I have space now. Something like that.
I suspected there would be nothing though. I don't really get insights coming to me a lot. I do occasionally, but normally I need to be quite deep into a meditation. But it's maybe something for me to look at when I'm meditating.
Okay. Is it okay for you now?
Yeah, I feel all right. I feel
Okay.
fine. I was fine after it. Like I say, it was just a little bit heavy.
Yeah. So if it comes up again, you can talk to it in meditation, and otherwise you contact me, you know. And if it
Yeah.
comes up today, then
Yeah.
you're here.
I mean, I think there's definitely been some underlying stuff with just being critical of yourself and
Yeah.
expectations on yourself. But I think this was the whole acceptance thing, which I think I've come to terms with. Like I totally accept who I am and where I'm at just now.
Cool.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the basis of this inner critique that we have, isn't it? Of expectation that we place on ourselves, which has probably got deeper roots, which is maybe some of the stuff you're going to touch on today.
Yeah. Cool. Are you okay? Is it okay to go on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you can point someone.
Yeah, cute. Yeah, you're next to me, so you're next.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you for
Thanks.
sharing.
Yeah. Well, nothing really special. This week was very busy. It was a lot of, for me at least, a lot to do. So I didn't do a lot of exercises, just the grounding I do every day. And well, so I don't have very special things to share. It's we talked this just an hour ago about something I wanted to do, and that I wanted the second violin to be heard. So, well, yeah, taking space perhaps is the most important thing this week, and yeah, I struggle a little bit with things not going my way. And not in the sense of victim or well, perhaps it is. I realize now, but I tend to still have moments that I feel a little bit not heard, sad, and unfortunately, still then wine is my solution. So I have to do something about that. I have to do a lot of exercises, I think, still again, and I'm struggling with that. I'm struggling to find time to do that because I know now that it's there again, and I have to get rid of it. So all the exercises we did on the screen and on blowing up your beliefs in the rows, I have to do that more often. But that is perhaps my taking space, taking my time, and I still find that very difficult.
Yeah.
I can wait here, and then somebody, well, if myself, my husband, or my daughter say, well, I will be there at that time, and then I just wait them to come, and they're always late because we have a 1 hour from Zandvoort, and then you are always 1 hour late, and they are always 1 hour late, and I have trouble coping with that. Because if I have an appointment, I'm on time.
Yeah.
So that is something I have to work on.
Yeah,
And I realized it this week that it's a lot of things are fine, and it's okay what's happening and how I am. But this is one of the things that just keep coming back.
yeah. I understand it's difficult if you're self-punctual, and the other is not. It's very difficult to cope with. But you could try if someone says, "I will be at 3 o'clock. I will be back." That you, because it happens so many times that you say in yourself 4 o'clock and you do your own things, and then if they are on time, because you will see they will be on time.
Yeah.
If you go out for that hour, then they will come on time and say, okay, if you do this 3 times again, I will never go away again. Something like that, You understand?
Yeah. But that is sort of my part of taking my space and my time. I know that they are late, and then I don't have to feel guilty if they come on time.
Exactly.
That's something I have to learn. Yeah.
Yeah, and who knows? Everything has a cause also, and who knows? Maybe we will encounter that in this session.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Yeah, nice.
No, not so, but okay.
Not so nice. Yeah. Nice if you could find the cause. It has to do with taking space, being there, allowing to be exist. That's all actually quite first chakra stuff. So I'm very curious what will come up in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm a little bit jealous about most of you. Just take time to do your exercises, and I don't, and I don't know why, because nobody's waiting for me. I can do it, but I just don't.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah.
So that's a good item.
I need me time.
Me time. Yeah, and if you have an agenda, you should put it there.
Yeah.
If you have a calendar, me, like that. Yeah.
Can I just say something that might help, Coach, if that's all right, Vicky?
Yeah, of course.
I've just been reading a book there called Atomic Habits. And it's
my son is reading
There's
that.
some really good strategies in there. The morning routine, as I've said, I've found really helps, but he has some really good techniques in there. It's just about starting really small. He does something called habit stacking.
Yeah.
Where you stack new habits on top of current habits. So once you do this, you would follow it up with that, and you would then follow that up with that. And you could maybe just build some of these exercises into some of the things that you're already doing. But he has other things in there about how to make them as easy as possible, make good habits as easy as possible, and make bad habits as difficult as possible, and creating friction and stuff like that. So if it's something that you want to do, but you haven't got time, it might be worth looking at something like that, just to figure out how to create the space for them.
Ah, very cool, Ian.
My son is reading that book.
Cool.
My son is
no
reading
coincidence.
That book, and he already mentioned it to me, but I should do something about that.
Yeah. Well, he's got the book, so it's there.
I will read it.
The book is there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and you have
habits.
and you can create habits. You want something, you do it, and you reward. So that's a little bit. Oh, and if you reward it with whatever, a cup of coffee, not wine in your case, but you reward it. Then
it's not a reward, actually.
It goes into your brain. The same thing. You want it, you do it, you reward. Want to do it, reward. And if it is all right in 30 days, it has become a habit. Yeah, and indeed, thank you, Ian. Small steps, very.
And it starts
the guy
small,
he said he doesn't deal with the outside until he's dealt with the inside every morning. So this guy gets up at like 5 o'clock.
Wow.
In 2 hours before he deals with anyone or anything else, just sort of working on himself and his own stuff.
Cool.
And then he starts the day after that. But yeah, I know that it's not always easy for people to get out of bed in the morning. It's probably the hardest habit of all.
Yeah,
and actually.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Ian. Yeah.
Yeah, that early time, if you look from an Ayurvedic point of view, they make a, how do you call it? There are certain times in a day, and to get up easy, is between actually 2 and 6, because then you have this energy, this like light uplifting energy, and it's easier if you have the habit to get up at 6 than at 8 or 9, because then you are in the heavy energy. So yeah, might help. But if you have time enough, coach, you don't have to go to a boss, then you can also do it later.
No, well, but it's true that if you start early, at least everybody is asleep now in the home. Yeah, and now I sometimes get up early and then but that's not that early, but it's I'm 8 or 9, and then myself starts talking again, and then I need time. I need time to wake up. I need quietness. So I will do that. I will try to change this one. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, coach. Very beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, Ria.
Yeah, Ria. Long time no see.
Yeah, hi everybody. It doesn't feel to me like we haven't seen each other a long time. I think I kind of kept you all with me during that time. And I watched this morning part of the recall from last week. That was really very powerful, but I'm not through right now. So I haven't done the exercises. I have to do that tomorrow. It's a bit difficult to keep up with all things that are going on. So, and I have put myself on a retreat, on a silent retreat during the 14 days when I was off work. And fortunately, I'm right now family-wise in a position that they are most of the time gone. So most of the time I'm alone at home, or the dogs are with me. And that was very good for me. The weather was not great, and I spent a lot of time at home. And then I thought, why not using it for this kind of retreat? So part of it I was at home, and part of it I left to the environment where I sent the pictures. And in the afternoons it was sunny. That was always good. And in the morning, regarding setting up your own space and perfect times and things like that, I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, no matter whether it was time off or not. And during that time, I established a routine for myself with meditation and exercises and being just with myself or with nothing. I'm back on my Zen bench a lot. So after I do the fundamentals and after I do my meditations, then I'm on my Zen bench. And that's very helpful for me, emptying myself after that and not waiting for anything and not planning anything and not preparing myself for anything, just being in the, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, in the generous present moment. That's something I did for many, many years every day. And in the last 2 years, not a lot. And I have the feeling this has a big healing quality. And I did a lot of the grounding. My grounding card is now filled with a lot of flowers.
Wow.
In Germany, it's the Vergiss mich nicht. I don't know what the English word for it is. These are very colorful flowers, and mine are most of the time blue, violet, orange, yellow, and white. Well, this works really good. And I always do it the way that I send a grounding cord and that Mother Earth sends me a grounding cord too. And the Mother Earth grounding cord is always a color. Wow. And then it intermingles with my own grounding cord, and that's very beautiful. And then I do practice a lot the rose and sending back the energy in letters and air. And I'm still shuffling a lot, and I really use a lot of the waterfall image. First, cleansing myself out of that foreign energy, and then filling myself with all the beautiful things I want to attract into my life. And before I went on that silent retreat, I had a pretty intense week at work with lots of meetings and talks and supervision. And I realized now a big change. Before I went on that retreat, I was able to really speak everything out and that just leave the scenery for the next 14 days. And in that 14-day, and I mean, that has led to kind of an ice cold atmosphere at work with basically everyone in that team and my boss. So this was not easy. And I decided that I will do something to deal with that in a better way while I'm on my retreat too. And I do every morning that Deepak Chopra 21 Day of Abundance Challenge. Some of you probably know that and have been in a group too. And they combined it now with the Generating Abundance meditation from Dr. Joe Dispenza. And that's wonderful. Yeah, you do that daily task, which is basically a lot about, reflecting your life and your present tense and the people that are in it and what's going on in yourself, and then finding some kind of peace and inviting abundance in your life too. And it's always a centering thought and a mantra. And I really keep that with me during the whole day. And then I do the Dr. Joe meditation. And when I return to work, I found myself experiencing a huge difference. And the difference is, I think I have stepped out of the, what is it in English? The dynamics that are in that group, and about out of my own dynamic with them. And I find myself most of the time now a little bit involved with them, but not much. And I see myself more as an observer, and I can clearly see and analyze. Sorry, my husband is coming back. Wait a minute. This will be a lot of barking now. And I see myself in that observing position, and I can clearly see my parts in that dynamics and the parts of the other people. And it doesn't affect me so much anymore. I think I was really able to let go. But what really helped me to let go after the last session that had a really big impact on me, what we did at the end, I went back to my trauma therapist. I have been a couple of years for dealing with traumatic issues that happened in my life, basically health issues. That was very good, and she's working with a screen technique too. So we had a big, huge white screen, and she's working with picture frames. So I had to put various things in picture frames, and then the picture frame with the thing that happened is very, very small at the end. And then you are dealing with the feelings. And then she's using another couple of therapeutic techniques where you have to find something with which you're cutting the emotional bonds. And I was working with a saw, with a really big saw.
Saw.
Which you are sawing trees. So I had them all in front of the screen, and all the cords and all the bonds and everything. And it took me about 3 sessions to get through it. And it felt like real physical work. I really had to get up and do it. I had to imagine it, but stand up and do it with the movement and everything. And then when I returned to work, I realized, so this has been successful with everything we are doing here in that course too. And now I don't see them much. I can be around them, and I just observe what's going on, and I'm preparing myself for leaving. So I have decided to take another step, and I am planning to move within that agency to another department. And for myself, I have a plan. And I'm starting to prepare for it. They don't know about it yet. I will let them know when the time is ready for it. But I have to prepare myself. I have to prepare my cases for leaving and everything. And this letting go and being in that observing role, that's basically happening in all areas of my life right now. I have the feeling that I have been stepping out of everything. I don't know whether it's in general good, but right now it feels good to me because I have the feeling that I'm not getting emotionally so involved anymore. And I realize a huge difference in taking on other people's energies. That's not happening to the extent it happened before anymore. And many times I don't take the energy anymore into myself. And I see myself, or I witness myself very often in a golden white bubble. So, and I'm walking in that golden white bubble through my life right now. Sometimes things affect me deeply and then I'm out of it for a while, but somehow I get into it and it feels like it's kind of a protective thing. And I think I had a breakthrough in one of Chet healing sessions in the LA community, where we did a meditation and later healing. And I think this was the first time in my life ever that over a sudden I could see everything for what I feel guilty, all the space I don't allow myself to take. And then after a while, I had to cry a lot. After a while, this feeling of unworthiness changed into a feeling of that I'm worthy to love myself, because what I can really say about myself, that I tried all my life long my best. So, and that was a really emotional, but a very healing thing. In that healing, I really said to myself, I love you the way you are. So, and that I've never said ever before, I love you the way you are, because I was never the way I should have been in my eyes. So, and I carry this around with me and I really hope it stays. So there is kind of a fear that I'm going to lose it again, because I realize these other structures are strong. But for now, it's a good feeling. And as Theo said on the recall, this issue of taking your own space is really very important. And Kotje said it today too. So I think I'm not only trying, I'm regaining space for myself. And that feels good. So for example, when my 20 hours are over, I really let the pencil drop. And that's what I never did before. So it feels good. And I'm very curious what we are doing in this module, because I love the chakras. And I think it's fundamental what we have experienced in our first 7 years. And if we are able to clean some of that out and find peace with it and integrate it in a healthy way in our different systems, then a lot of healing is happening. So I'm looking forward to go on the journey with all of you. And I really missed not being there last time. But after all that bad weather, I really needed some sunshine, get out of the city and stay for a day in that beautiful nature.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this, dear. So, beautiful things has happened. And yeah, it will be an adventure, so we'll see. Who's next? You can point one of the two out.
Bianca?
Hi, everybody. Well, I'm steady. I do the fundamentals, and when I heard you talk and telling about the things you've done this week or you haven't done, I realized I do the fundamentals and I do the exercises under the shower every day. But I realized that I do the exercises just to take care of others. And not just take care of others, but mainly because of others. When I work, to be able to do my work more thoroughly or more pure in the essence or in the. So if I'm clear, if I'm filled up with love, light, and acceptance, I can work with finer energy. I realize that's my main reason why I'm doing them. So then there is a great gap. Why shouldn't I do it for myself? So that's what this sharing already brought to me. So that is one thing I'm going to put more attention to. I make not the time to do everyday meditations like Ria does. I'm sure it would be a great thing to do, but it's something in time or to put priority on. I do not. But I'm happy with the things I do. I'm sort of steady. I'm more than steady. I'm calmly happy. But since the fundamentals, there is this sound, healthy, new awareness that if I feel what I feel, is it okay? Or is it true? So that's where I am. But when I feel that it's fine, I enjoy that it's fine. And when there is a knock from, hey, you listen, or hey, take more care, then I will listen and do something of the process. But so that's where I am.
That's beautiful. I think that's a good place.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Looking
So,
good.
Theo. Hi.
Start with a
Hi,
man,
Bianca.
end with a man.
Yeah. Hello all. Hello everybody. Nice to see you all. The thing about space keeps coming up in the conversation, and that's where I've dipped my toes in the water and felt a bit of with my sort of interactions with life, with people, realizing that maybe I do have something to offer rather than playing a role, which I thought was very interesting. I'm just getting my head around this drama triangle. That's so useful, but I'm sort of early days with it yet. I realise, as you were saying, Ian, that we've all played all these different roles, but it's so good to have it in, written down, and you can identify with. So I'm just, I guess I'm doing a lot of observing, but to even observe is a good place for me rather than submerge, which has been the case for me most of my born days. You're submerged with commitment, or you're submerged with one thing or another. So it's been nice to be in a position to observe one, and also feel that it's okay to take up a bit of space. And although I'm still hitting it pretty hard with making other people's a priority, I am still, but I'm aware of it now. There's an awareness of it, and there's a thing that just keeps me just ever so slightly pulling back, and that's the every day, the showers and the me time. I mean, Kucha, you were saying that you don't get time, and I'm the worst for that. I mean, if you want an example of someone who doesn't do it, but I know that I've got to do it. Otherwise, you end up down this rabbit hole. So for me, that morning thing, and I mean, I don't have kids. I don't have, like I said, I had this imposter syndrome of not having anything like the life experience and challenges that you all have. But having said that, it's all a lesson, and I'm finding that lost my train of thought now. See, that's where this huge thing of guilt and imposter syndrome just completely blew me out of the water. I've got to blow it up. I've got to blow that one up. Where was I? But no, I had a meeting with it was for electrics. I'm an electrician, and met James yesterday, and he's just really positive. And I don't know whether I read it or some, you know, if you're around people that are positive, you know, you can spot the people that are just going to plug in and just charge from you. It's like a charge point. All right, yeah, Teo, he's a good charge point. Let's just plug into him. And I find myself attracting those sort of people, have done. But I'm starting to sort of, obviously, once you got to just get rid of all your power sockets so that nobody can see them. Right, vroom, okay, that's my shield, or my you know, okay, that's me pushing back against that. And then you're in a position, because you're observing, that you can actually attract better energies in your life, like, and shut the ones out, like Ria, you've had with your work situation. And you know, it's about observing and being in a space to observe. And I think that's, I'm just dipping my toes in the water of it's almost like, hey, come and meet somebody. It's like, you know, you've had this relationship with this person all your life because it's you. It's you. And it's nice just to be able to maybe walk with that person for a while. And I'm just beginning to understand that, and not put that person, punish the person, sabotage that person, bullshit that person. Sorry to be frank, but you know, just put all those. It's just accept that person. That's it. Just accept it. And whatever comes out, let it come out. Whether it's darkness, go there. Got to go there. Don't be afraid of it. And that's. But it's because of all of you and the journey that we're on that I'm able to even step out of it and work out. Okay, that there are mechanics to it, and it can be pieced together. It can be disassembled and reassembled from love for oneself. So, yeah, I my resulting feeling is I'm excited. I'm excited because it's like, okay, yeah, there is a choice. I do have a choice. Then I don't have to look for that role of subservience or being controlled or feeling completely helpless with no sense of self, because everybody's, you know. So it's a good place. It's a you know, and I learned so much from everyone in that sense. You know, those lovely pictures you all send, the Ria, Ian, honestly, that when you sent me the picture of the I call it the cosmic fingernail, the moon there, what a picture that was. I was just like, you know, I was just like, what, you know, and then I came home from work last night. I tend to work late because I missed 1 hour of traffic. You know, you don't get the traffic one way you come back. Came home last night, coming over the A40 there, and this massive moon above Grenfell. Grenfell is a tower block that got engulfed with fire a few years ago. On the kind of whole. It was a horrible situation, that, but the beauty of the moon, and it's covered up now, but it was just like you see, you've got to observe this. You've got to be awake. You've got to have your eyes open to this stuff. Okay, you've done a ridiculously long day and you are working for other people, but you wouldn't have seen that if you hadn't come across at that time. So appreciate it. But that was a nice thing. So yeah, it's getting there.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for sharing, Theo. Very beautiful. You're all in such a nice place. We just started this new journey, but you already reaped the fruits of the old journey. You're so much stronger, and it's and opener and wider. So it's so beautiful to see. And your faces are even different. You know, yeah, more relaxed. So Ria, I can see also that you have had this holiday. It's very, you know, holiday-like face. Beautiful. So thank you for all the sharing. Wow, exactly 1 hour. So let's do some movement before you have to listen to me. So, okay. First, maybe I feel like stretching also. And you look so sporty, Ian, in the shorts. Oh. So, I put this aside a little bit. We will do more movements today, so yeah, just move like, you can also do like this. Yeah. This, just stretch. Oh, nice. Whew. Yeah, the turning around. I will stand somewhere else so I have space to turn around too. Just, yeah. Yeah, those are nice movements. Oh, put a little bit. Yeah, you can do anything you like indeed movement, or maybe a little bit touching yourself, knocking a little bit, petting yourself. That's also very earthing. Yeah, that movement, I see a lot of hoffers doing that. A lot of ice people doing that. And let's ground, you know. You feel like this if you want, and if you're nicely moving, you keep on doing it. Make the bow. Breathe through your belly. And play with your knees, high or low, until you find that vibrating place. Because it's all about earth today. So, good moment to ground. Just enjoy that vibration. And then you can bend forward, touch the floor. If you can, play with the height. And let your legs tremble. Yeah. And you keep on moving or go to the toilet like me. I will be back.
Do you know what is the title of the book Ian mentioned? What is the title of the book, Ian?
It's called Atomic Habits.
What is it?
Atomic Habits. 2 seconds, I'll go and grab
Atomic
it.
Habits. Atomic, that sounds promising.
It's from James Clear. James Clear is the writer.
Okay.
Cool. Also, maybe a nice idea to put it in the chat, in the group. Then the others can also see it. Okay, Ian has
This is the book.
vanished into thin air. Oh, there! Oh, cool. Yeah,
Oh,
James
thank you.
Clear.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, thank you. So we do a little breathing, and let's breathe some space. So short, maybe 10 or 20 breaths.
New recording now?
Not. Well, let's do this.
Well,
What shall we do?
I can keep it this one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Straks als je begint.
let's do it. Yeah. If I do the lecture, okay. There we go. In your own pace, fully in. Let go. Fully in. Let go. And what you inhale is space and spaciousness. Inhale space. And on the exhale, fill yourself with space and spaciousness. Inhale, space. Exhale, yeah, fill yourself with it, taking space. Also in your head, we have listened to each other. Inhale, space. Make space in your head. Inhale, space. Send that space or spaciousness to your head. There we go. At your own pace, inhale space. And at the exhale, fill your head with space. Make space. Make space in your head, in your body, in your aura. Yeah, it's relaxing, eh? Inhale space. Inhale space. Exhale, make space. Fill yourself with space. Let go of everything that takes space. That's in the way of space. There we go. Fully in, fully out. Fully space in, fully space out. Last time, fully in. And let go with a big sigh of relief. And hold. And now you relax in the space that you made. Relax. Relax. Feel the space. Feel that you can take space. Feel that deep down, actually you are space and you're taking space in space. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Hold it. If you need to breathe, you take a little zip and you hold. Relax. Almost there. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fully in. And squeeze your pelvic floor, your belly, your chest. And focus on the top of your head. Hold it. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go with a big sigh of relief. Now feel how you feel. And if you're very happy with your space now, you can open your eyes. And I will start to tell a little bit about chakras. I can stop the recording.